And now the extreme left-wing narrative starts to crumble. There is now a video which has been shared on social media that clearly shows the self-professed anti-Second Amendment activist David Hogg reporting 3 different accounts on the deaths of his sister's friends. First, he claimed that his sister lost 4 of her friends, then 2 of her friends, then 3, and then back to 2. Well, which is it, Mr. Hogg? 4, 3, 2. Now tell me, wouldn't you remember how many friends your sister lost if a tragedy of this magnitude happened and you claim your sister has been crying non-stop? I know I would. I don't know about any of you, but the more and more I learn about this guy, the more I get the feeling something isn't right with this whole picture. I am not saying this tragedy didn't happen or that Hogg is a crisis actor. He is not, and this tragedy did in fact happen. And we all need to take steps in order to ensure something like this never happens again. But all David Hogg is accomplishing is getting more and more people to join the NRA and buy guns, instead of what we should all really be doing, making sure this never happens again. And abolishing our constitutional rights won't accomplish that task. Wonder who is the person behind the camera coaching him via the Minority Report blog. I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that I detest the slimy student activist David Hogg that is now the darling of the left. ABC is trying to outdo CNN on smearing Dana Loesch and the NRA. George Stephanopoulos interviewed Dana Loesch, who wiped the floor with him. So, he then turned to Hogg along with other media talking heads to smear gun rights advocates. What I'd like to know is who is funding and coaching this kid. Stephanopoulos was simply gaga over the kid smear campaign. David, you see there what you're up against. NRA against any changes in the minimum age, against universal background checks, against a ban on semi-automatic weapons, he asked the teen. Give me a freaking break. Honestly, it's just disgusting. They act like they don't own these politicians. They still do, Hogg bitterly spat. And what I want people to know is, look at Dana. Look at what she's saying. Is she actually saying anything, or is that just a tone to distract the American public and distract her NRA members from the fact that she's not serving them, she's serving the gun manufacturers? He claims she is owned by the gun lobby, which is slander and simply not true. I don't always agree with Loesch, but a more ardent defender of gun rights you won't find out there, and she has always been that way. Stephanopoulos asked Hogg to explain how he planned to wake up the duped NRA members so they could pressure their leadership. They have to do that. And in the same way that this is democracy that is currently broken, the NRA is an organization that is completely broken, Hogg declared. He also calls the NRA child murderers. This kid accuses Dana of propaganda, when he himself is the ultimate form of propaganda for the communists on the left. The NRA is not broken, and neither are there more than 5 million members. If you watch Brian Stelter, he wasn't correcting the kid either, he was coaching him as most on the left have done. This is what Hogg said to Stelter about Dana. She is national spokeswoman, and as such, she's a national propagandist for the NRA. If you listen to her speak, she's not really saying anything. She's sounding positive and confident, and that's what she wants the people in the NRA to believe, her 5 million plus members. She wants them to think that she's on their side, but she's not. She's actually working with the gun manufacturers because he began. So you're trying to drive a wedge between the NRA leadership and its members? Stelter asked. Oh, I don't have to, Hogg replied. She's doing that herself, honestly, because she's showing that she doesn't care about them. She doesn't care about police. Why do you think she's criticizing these people? It's because she's going after them and she wants her base to continuing them so she can sell more guns. This boy has not even taken the time to grieve. The day after the shooting he came out at guns, gun owners, and the NRA. He has gone as far as to say that right-wing talk show host and NRA spokeswoman Dana Loesch owns politicians and she doesn't care about dead children. Which, as most of you know, is not true and is clearly slanderous in nature unless he can present some kind of proof regarding his accusations. If I were Loesch, I would sue him, or if he's 17, the parents who raised him to spout ignorant untruths. You can't just go on national TV and make false accusations against a citizen and expect to not be called out on it. Although Facebook, Twitter, and Medium have been busy banning people who question Hogg's motives and narrative. From the web powered by Zergnet, the truth about the Obama sisters' awkward Olympics wardrobe malfunctions. You can't unsee woman who drove Florida shooter to school speaks out why people stopped watching The Big Bang Theory. Meet Malia Obama's Harvard boyfriend, Rory Farquharson, the real reason you don't hear about LeAnn Rimes anymore.